ask who's not at the table and give them a voice.
And so I finally kind of...
Here's Rae, just a wonderful hostess tonight. It's your day.
It's my day.
We made it.
It's not my day. It's a transformational day for everybody in this room.
It is.
It is their opportunity to be creative activists today.
That's right.
Oh.
I'm Jane Ramsey, and for a long time I was the executive director of the Jewish Council on Affairs for 30 plus years, and that is really, in terms of where I got inspired. Our work is social justice work. It's really engaging with communities all over Chicago, predominantly Chicago, working on issues of poverty and justice, looking closely at in the 50s and 60s, in the midst of the civil rights movement. It was hard not to be inspired by both the kind of horrific stories of racism and poverty, and the inspiration Dr. King. And that's how I experienced it as a child, was seeing Dr. King, who came to my town. But as I grew to understand over the years, Dr. King was an incredibly important symbol, but the civil rights movement was so many people standing in pain, so many women and men and students. And they're
actually really think about what could I do that's really something that I can do that's different than anybody else. It's really hard to pull around you to buy into what you're trying to do, and that's really what helps you succeed. And so really where I want to go with all this, and I really feel that environments are important. And so a lot of the work I've done is trying to, a lot of my passions around kids as well and kids' causes. So pretty much anyone who comes to me that has anything to do with a kid's cause, I'm going to donate the space, or I will support it in some way, or bring kids in here so that they can see that there are other choices, there are options out there. And because to me it's about the possibilities, and you don't know what you can do if you don't know what those possibilities even are outside your little world that you're in. And not everyone has the luck of having parents like you guys who have kids that can see that they can do anything. There's a lot of kids out there that don't, and they really don't feel like they can, that they are capable of anything. So that's really what drives me, and that's what I'm trying.
Rae, a little bit earlier today, there's some news that only a handful of people in the world know, is what we've started to build outside of the foundation, like sort of give this to the schools, is we're building a media company. Okay, so basically, think about Elmo, Big Bird, right? Think about what they've done for reading, for math, for education over the last 30 years or so. Okay, so we're going to kind of do the other side of that coin. We're going to do for empowerment and for development what they did with the I Am the Kids characters. We're actually
Michigan. Bless you. I'm from Michigan originally, and just a few years out of college in Ann Arbor. Kind of a crazy story. Shooting pool, 26 years old, 3 guys and 3 girls, Saturday night, having fun at a bar, just hanging out. And all of a sudden, the worst pain of my life flips on like a light switch. If you have males here, you're going to understand what this feels like much more than women, but women, take my word for it, very sensitive organ. What it felt like is someone took a knife and stabbed me directly in the left testicle. Worst pain of my life, crippling pain. Drop the pool stick, I double over, literally 90 degrees, can't even stand up. Of course my friends offer and say, Johnny, you can't even stand, we'll firemen carry you over our shoulder, we'll carry you to the car, we'll put you in the car, and drive to the hospital, figure out what's going on. And typical 26-year-old male, I'm fine guys, it's Saturday night, I want to room for you guys, have fun, I'll figure it out. And I start waddling out of the bar, and I waddle to my car, very stupid but true. Open the car door, swing my legs up, only to realize I can't even reach the pedals because this pain is excruciating and crippling. And I'm alone, I'm almost crying in pain, and the only thing I can do is start to push on my quads, trying to get my legs down to extend, to reach the pedals, to drive the car, to get to the hospital, figure out what in the world's going on in my body. And a long story short, I finally get them down, drive the car, get to the hospital, and I've got a doctor looking at me in the eye saying, look kid, I'm sorry, in your 20s, I hate to tell you this, but you have cancer, and it's advanced.
These 12 organizations, and I would talk about these are the senators we need to talk to, these are the House of Representatives we need to talk to, and these are people that were, you know, in the business, so-called business of advocacy for a long time. And they would say, well, what do you think the best strategy is? I said, well, we can cold call or we can write. And then that's when that natural understanding of your purpose becomes. Because you start realizing that people who are even experts always need a new way to think. Switched, and now I put all my effort into the Skinless project, building it as a company, and I also write policy. I still write policy for this outside on many of the issues that I care about. But and I am finishing a book that specifically talks about this, which is called More Than Beautiful: A Transformation to a Life of Substance in an Artificial World, to basically tell people that you can have an extraordinary life. You have to, mind my language, cut the bullshit, recognize the bullshit, and you are able to have huge global impact, despite what people tell you that you're supposed to be doing or cannot do. And I would like to say that though I was in leadership positions since high school, undergrad, law school, and had many successes in a lot of the things that I did, I failed the bar 6 times. I took it, obviously, that many times. And that's the important part of the story. It's not how many times I failed, it's the fact that I took it. And so these lessons of failure, and there's others as well, is what kind of gives you the catalyst to recognize that you're here for a purpose, because you get up and you have to fine-tune and then you go forward. So.
With you. One of the people that inspires me is Eve Ensler. You know, she's a person who wrote the Vagina Monologue. She's an actress. And she has been a driving force in ending violence against women. And she started something called 1 Billion Rising. And so in February, they had 190 countries participate, and they were singing and dancing in a raucous way just to bring attention to this issue. And so I have a dream to connect 1 million creative activists around the world. I think they are the voice that can open up hearts and minds, that they are the ones who can be that, you know, create the bridges and the gaps and take us to the next level.
Hello, Sarah. Thank you for attending Rae Luskin's International Women's Day Chicago event here at the amazing, just take a look at this atmosphere, Panelist Ranch in downtown Chicago. We were honoring women today and talking about women who dare to make a difference. We've had panelists who are definitely creative activists, men and women. Tell us what you thought about the experience today.
I love the caliber of people who really care about making a difference coming together.
Sure.
And everyone inspiring each other in small ways and really big ways.
It's important.
I was touched deeply by everyone's stories. And I also got a lot of ideas for things that I've been wanting to move forward.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming. Can we expect to see you at Rae's next event?
Absolutely, yes. I'm
Wonderful.
big fans and collaborators.
Wonderful. Well, I salute you for coming out today, along with all the other human beings that are recognizing, observing, and we are connecting in order to have conversations that matter about honoring women. Sarah, it's 2016, and we still have work to do.
And you're all inspiring to me, every one of you. Something you've said tonight has touched me in some way. And even the people I know who I know their stories. You just hear more and more every time. And we are going to be the change in the world.